What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Scale Garage. I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're going to begin building this Liberty Walk R35 GTR made by Aoshima. So as you can see, I've already started building this kit. I started around like 5-6 months ago and stopped because you guessed it, the paint was sorry as hell. But after taking your guys' advice, I decided it's time for me to return to this kit and do it properly. So as you can see, the body is basically primer and partially green. The front bumper is fully green. With this, I decided that I don't need to reprime the entire body and I could just move over to straight up painting. As for what's been done to the body, the side skirts, fenders, and rear bumper have already been glued. And yeah, it's basically ready for some color. The color that I decided to go with for the body was flat aluminum, Tamiya XF16, and to thin it, of course, Mr. Color Leveling Thinner. So basically this entire body was basically testing what works, what type of thinning, how much thinning I need to use, how much paint, and the best ratio I came up with was either 40% paint, 60% thinner, or 30% paint, 70% thinner. And all in all, as you can see, the paint lays a whole lot smoother than before. I hit the body with 3 coats, this one being the lightest. Now yes, this coat is full coverage, but I was just basically trying to see how it worked. Second coat a little bit heavier, and the third coat the heaviest. With the first coat on the body out of the way, I decided to move over and actually paint the front bumper instead of waiting to finish the body. Nevertheless, this was really simple and I just hit it with 1 coat really quickly. I really like this thinner because literally this is the smoothest I think I've ever had a paint job come out. And not only that, but it doesn't spit anymore, which is a major issue that I was having previously. Moving over to the second coat, I was pretty happy with how everything was turning out at this point, because typically this is the point where everything starts to go down the drain. Paint starts splattering, airbrush starts spitting, but all in all, everything came out pretty perfect. For the third and final coat, I changed up the mixture ratio to around 25% paint and 75% thinner, and I increased the PSI from 15 to 20. This was basically to see how wet can I get the paint without it dripping, which, as you can see in the footage, the paint did spray a whole lot wetter and did not drip at all. So I low-key like this ratio, but for the most part, I think I'm still going to stick with the 30-70, 40-60. With the color applied to the body, I can move over to clear coating it, and to do this, I'm using Mr. Color GX100. So the footage that you're seeing right now is the third and final coat. I did a whole bunch of testing with this clear and basically realized that the wetter the clear coat, the better it'll apply. This, for some reason, took so long for me to figure out. I guess I'm stubborn, but all in all, the clear coat came out the nicest I think I've ever done in my life. With the aluminum and the clear coat laid on the body, you can see that there's hella orange peel, which is essentially that rough texturized clear finish. To fix this, we're going to do some paint correction by wet sanding it down with some 4000, 6000, and 8000 grit sandpaper. And essentially what this does is allows you to smooth out the clear coat, since it's the highest layer on the body, without actually removing any of the paint, which once the finish is smooth, you go over it with polish to essentially restore that shine and give it a nicer effect than before. I'm using Tamiya's 3-stage polish, which involves coarse, then fine, then finish, which basically has 3 different layers to give you the ultimate shine in the end. Now you could do this using like an actual polishing rotary tool, but I decided to do this by hand as I'm still legit and I don't really want to mess this up. After progressing with each polishing compound, you'll start to see the shine come back. And if done properly, this extremely shiny and smooth type of effect will be left on the body, which looks a whole lot better than it was before. This paint correction can be a tedious process, as there were a few spots like on the roof that I kind of maybe sanded a little too hard and sanded all the way down to paint. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but nevertheless, with more practice, I'll do it properly. Moving over from the polishing stage, there are some trims that need to be painted black around the windows. Similarly, the front grille also needs to be painted black. So to do this, I'm just going to mask the spots and then paint it black. And to do this, I'm using a fresh X-Acto blade and some Tamiya tape. The black that I used to spray off these mask pieces is Vallejo black, thinned down with some Mr. Color leveling thinner. And as you can see, I'm really satisfied with how all of this turned out. All in all, this has probably been one of the best painting sessions that I've had for a minute. And that is going to go ahead and wrap up today's video, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next one. Deuces.